Welcome to Birmingham, Alabama, the Magic City today at Protective Stadium as a couple of teams look to walk away as champions of the Birmingham Bowl. Weeks of additional practice and prep for bowl games not only can set the tone for what we're going to see in this game, but for what might be in store next season as well. As we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the Georgia Southern Eagles, taking on another team from the Sun Belt, the Appalachian State Mountaineers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Kickoff team out there ready to tee it up and get this bowl game underway. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the Georgia Southern Eagles offense will have the football first. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well together.
Finds his way ahead for 5, and now they've got it at the 28. The Eagles line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Handoff from the gun. Breaks into the open. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
To the air, it's French. Good quickness to grab it off the deflection. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. How about the big tight end keeping his concentration off that deflection?
And a lot of times you see those contested catches, but the deflected catches, those are just good bounces. Nice job by the big fella, continuing to concentrate and see the football, but a nice break for that thing to bounce right to it.
And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
And I think that might be an example of the running back maybe trying to do a little bit too much. Everybody wants to try to bounce the ball outside and hit the home run, but in college football at this level, you just need to do a better job taking what the defense gives you.
Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Lets it fly. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. So the App State Mountaineers offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that we're saying, go win me the football game. That's not where he's at right now in his career. Jesse, he's a guy that needs the others. That they got to help him out. They got to play on schedule, not make those mistakes, and guys really play well around him.
Yeah, David, the one thing quarterbacks don't want to be referred to as is a game manager, but that's really more what this guy is. You're right. They have to be able to run the football. They can't turn it over. They got to play great defense. If they do that in this game, he's good enough to get this win.
The Mountaineers are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Off the play fake. Makes the grab on the left. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. And the Mountaineers getting set on 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Swan. Quickly complete. Finally forced out of bounds, maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. The Mountaineers look to keep this drive humming. Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to throw it. Finds his tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Grabbed behind the line. It's Roberts. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't hang on to the ball. He had it right in his chest, and it'll be 4th down. And the Mountaineers line up to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. Give to the running back. Oh, he's got some space. Just wanted to find a little space to run and ekes out some to get it up to the 21. And the Eagles with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top. Grabbed over the middle. It's Green. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Got his man downfield. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run. And then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
Snagged in the middle. It's Dallas. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Back to throw, it's French. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intent
throws toward the end zone. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions. You've given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a...
Fires deep toward the end zone. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down.
On that 3rd down, they took a shot in the end zone, just couldn't connect. QB and receiver not on the same page, and now it's decision time if you're the head coach on 4th.
Splits the uprights. Good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They send the tight end in motion. Takes the handoff. It's Roberts. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. To throw, it's Swan. He lofts one down the sideline. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Guys, we've reached the end of the quarter. Georgia Southern has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. The Mountaineers send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt and looking for daylight. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he's stopped. Georgia Southern has it back, ready to go to work on offense. Draw play, quarterback keeps it. They finally get him on the ground with a big running play, moves the change for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Got him downfield. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. It's a draw. They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll try to pop the draw, and this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, they try to go with the draw out of the shotgun, but just way too much penetration allowed up front. That defensive line just took that play over.
They get off the rock really fast, get in the backfield. The offensive linemen are supposed to push them upfield. Quarterback's got to sell it. Not anything really in that play in sync, and it doesn't go anywhere.
Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Trying to pound it in. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on second and goal. Tries again to get it in. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack.
And he's going to score. Touchdown, Eagles.
And it's nice to have those big tight ends down here in the red zone because they're such big targets, but they can block, or you just slip them out, find a little hole in the defense, feature them, throw it up, let them go get it. Nice job by the tight end with the catch and the touchdown.
Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. That drive covered 57 yards for the touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Appalachian State regains possession, and the Mountaineer offense headed to the field. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. Gives it to the back on the draw. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Using his legs, it's Roberts. Finds his way for 3 out to the 33.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Mountaineers will line up to punt it away. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. They'll leave it with him. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll run play action. He's taking the shot. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. They've got it at the 41, 3rd and short, trying to keep the chains moving. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Dropping back, it's French. Oh, he loves to fire downfield.
I want to give a shout out to the defense there on 3rd down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on 3rd down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They'll move the tight end. Off play action on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Barnes. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Barnes. Knocked down immediately, but they couldn't stop him from getting the big gainer to the 30. This offense has been sluggish to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. Hand off from the shotgun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The Mountaineers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Rushes on him. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
You spread me out, I'm going to speed you up. Nice job. They go empty. Nobody in the backfield to help the quarterback block. The linebacker comes right up the gut, gets to the quarterback, gets him on the ground.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Finds his man. It's Stroman. He cannot get there. It'll be 4th down. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. He'll have to generate power and some accuracy. A 50-yarder from the left hash. And that is no good. The missed field goal still leaves us with a double-digit deficit. Still a 10-point game.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Now on the option. Now the toss. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. The Eagles can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to throw, it's French. Makes the grab. Tackled at the 45 after a 5-yard pickup. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to throw on first down. Lofts one deep down the right side. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but
looking for a huge play. Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains.
this is going to be a tough situation for the offense here. Late in the first half, they're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. Downfield completions are going to be tough to come by.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Reese, talk about an entertaining first half. And always such a fun and vibrant environment there in Birmingham at the Birmingham Bowl. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Appalachian State offense returns to the field. And sort of an ugly first half, honestly, but the deficit's still manageable if they want to wrap up this season with a bowl win.
This is a team I know that takes a lot of pride, and I'm sure at halftime in the locker room, David, there was some shouting going on. They need to get themselves motivated and ready to go because they're not out of this game.
Yeah, and when you get that shouting and you get the quarreling amongst each other, you get some motivation. You need something good to happen early. This first possession, get the football, go make something happen, create some momentum.
Those defenders were seeing red, and the quarterback felt it and got down quickly. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. Quarterback running on the draw. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Really want to try to pick up at least half of the yardage needed on 1st and 10. Unloads it left. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Got it in the middle, it's Cobb.
Man, it's nice having a QB that is going to hang in there. You could tell, hanging in there, he knows he's going to get hit, right? If I'm going to get hit, I might as well make a completion. Great job hanging in there, throwing the football on target.
Snags it inside the 20. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. Georgia Southern really efficient on offense. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Looking for the score. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Appalachian State regains possession, and the Mountaineer offense headed to the field. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. Wow, this offense is just stuck in the mud. They've already punted 4 times, and it's 3rd down now. Here's a heat. Fires to the big fella. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a 1st down. And the Mountaineers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Running back searching for a hole. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. The play action fake. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one. This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move. It's 1st and 10. Oh, it's picked off. What a bad time for a mistake like that.
And this safety is a ball hawk. He's a playmaker. Not only have we seen him get involved in the running game and make tackles playing downfield, but he plays the center field position as well as anybody in college football, and you saw it right there.
Use the play fake. Now to throw. Catch in the middle. It's Cobb. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down. New set of downs after the completion. Back to throw. It's French. Going for it all. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now back to the air. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know.
Deep shot for the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Starts a drive trying to go up top. The short hands, it's Dozier. They stop him just a link or 2 short of the 1st, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. The Mountaineers come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Caught over the middle. It's Barnes. And he's got enough for the 1st down. They'll mark it at the 34. Pass completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Now they'll run the draw. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, they try to go with draw. They didn't catch the defense blitzing, so it wasn't a great look anyway. But up front, they just got beat regardless. And that back, David, had nowhere to go.
He had nowhere to go, but those offensive linemen, you got to set and you got to invite those defensive linemen up the field and kind of push them by. And you could tell they didn't do that. They didn't create any holes. There was really nowhere for him to go. You got to give him that first little hole, and maybe he can make a move.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. And the Mountaineers will call on their punt team.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. They'll open this drive from their own 42-yard line. Wants to throw. It's French. He'll off one deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
He's not afraid to go deep. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Here's the handoff. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. Not going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds. This should be the last play of the quarter. Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the catch. It's Stroman. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. We've reached the end of the period. Georgia Southern is on top. And we've reached the end of the third, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. Looking to throw on first down. That's caught. It's Roberts. Turning it on. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Appalachian State.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
PAT unit on the field. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. And he takes this from inside the 5. Slips through the line. Oh, what vision. Wide open, and it's a foot race. One little mistake in your kick coverage unit against this dude, and you are in a world of trouble, and they were barely able to keep him from scoring. Dropping back, it's Bryant. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Touchdown, Eagles! Haul that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There were a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away. Count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done. And now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. He'll bring it out. It's Barnes. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Appalachian State offense returns to the field. Motion from the wide receiver. To the air on first down. Here comes the heat. And the heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. The Mountaineers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. Throws for the tight end. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Roberts. He works his way to the 21-yard line. Not enough to pick up the first down. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Georgia Southern has it back, ready to go to work on offense. It's hard enough to stop these guys, let alone when they get field position. There he goes! They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. To have any chance in the world, this defense has to come up with a stop on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Bust through behind his pad. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Eagles! The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he splits the uprights on the extra point. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. Fielded in the end zone, it's Barnes. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Appalachian State regains possession, and the Mountaineer offense headed to the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it. They rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. And the Mountaineers really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. Looking to throw, it's Swan. Oh, they're after him. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Looking to the big tight end. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Pressure coming. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
And that is the play this defense had to have. Did you look in the secondary right there? I mean, he was open, guys. Like, that would have been a touchdown, and this defense got to the quarterback, hit him as he's throwing the football, forced the errant pass, and dodged a bullet.
They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. Motion from the wideout. Looking downfield on 1st down. Caught in the backfield, it's Roberts. Not able to break the big one on that screen to the running back, but he found enough and a solid pickup on 1st down.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen...
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. Now 3rd and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Throws to the tight end. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection. The Mountaineers will try to pin them back with the punt. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. Makes the catch near the 50. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got
a shot toward the end zone. And the pass is incomplete, and there's a penalty flag down, and no big secret why. That receiver was being mauled by the defender.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Looking downfield, it's Bryant. Pocket breaking down. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. We've reached a 2-minute timeout, and in all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. A first down sack can be a drive killer. Now it's 2nd and 13. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Third play of the drive, and they need to make something happen here on 3rd and long. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. No good. So, guys, a missed opportunity to expand the lead, but still a 17-point cushion. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Throws for the tight end. Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic, and fortunate to get it back. So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Bringing the heat. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. And the Mountaineers will punt this one away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Georgia Southern has it back, ready to go to work on offense. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
And the Eagles trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Give to the running back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Back to pass, it's Bryant. Under fire. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. Shoots it to the left. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. Wants to throw on 1st down. And he left that one short. Tried to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Timeout called by the defense, 29 seconds to go. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Throws toward the end zone. He can't make the grab. It's incomplete, but there is a flag, and I believe this is going to be pass interference. So a little too much contact trying to defend the fade in the end zone, and the PI will move it closer. Looking to throw on 1st down. Here's the pressure. Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41. The defense will use a timeout here. There are 16 seconds left to play. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Fires toward the end zone. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They just They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
And they'll take a knee. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this win. I thought the quarterback showed tremendous poise, good leadership throughout the course of the game. Defense made stops when they had to make them. So, right, there were some things that are going to need to clean up moving forward, but ultimately they were the better team today.
That's going to do it for us here, and for these two teams, that's going to do it for a season. Another bowl game in the books, and a season is wrapped. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer and our entire crew behind the scenes, I'm Reese Davis signing off, and we'll see you next season for another presentation of EA Sports College Football.